And she goes, being an American, sometimes it means having to do the tough thing. And she talks about like, always wear your mask. And you see they're all putting on their mask, covering their face. She pulls out another gun and shoots another puppy in the face. And he's like, what? And like, she shoots about 8 dogs.
We're fucking laughing.
It's fucking because it's like what.
Hello, welcome to the Joystick Show, episode 251. I'm your host, Crispin Bojangles, formerly from NPR, now filling in for Robert Rosario. With me, I have my co-host Dylan Diaz.
Hello.
And Joseph Ortega. I'm sorry, I'm just finding out now that Robert is actually back from his sabbatical, and I am actually going to leave and let him get back to the show, so... again, I've been Crispin Bojangles, formerly from NPR, and you're listening to The Joystick Show. Thanks, Crispin. Really appreciate that. That's going to be a really weird fucking bit, considering this is a video podcast.
I was about to say, this would be good if you had an audio.
Do a whole thing where you got up and then you came back.
You know what? After the podcast ends, I'll leave for a little bit and have a frame. I don't know what I'm going to fucking do. We'll do something. It'd
be funny if it didn't work. Like, the less it works, the funnier it would be.
Yeah.
I feel.
Sounds good. Welcome to the Joystick Show.
Hey.
Shout outs to Crispin. He's a great guy. Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. We got some stuff to talk to you about in the realm of comedy, in the realm of entertainment. You know how it be here. You know, Jerry's off for the day. He's celebrating his little nephew's 3rd birthday. Woo, shout outs. Also shout outs to Jerry, who won poker night last night for like the 2nd or 3rd time in a row. Let's go. That guy in numbers, man. I don't know what it is. I think it's all that Balatro.
Yeah, you got good.
That's what it is.
Probably got a blueprint Joker or a Gross Michelle. Yeah, that's the banana. Anyway, if you want to know what we're talking about, bam, right next to my face. While you're reading those little topics of discussion, you can go ahead and like this episode of the Joystick Show. You should subscribe. You should subscribe to the channel. It's gonna be real cool if you subscribe. Feel free to like the episode, and we're gonna get right into it. Dylan was at an interesting party.
Yes, I feel like I might just be explaining it wrong.
I think you might.
But let's go through the timeline of events, right? So last month in July, I get an invite in the mail, right? Great.
Damn, in the mail.
Underrated. Why are we sending Like, I'm a big Evite guy, but if it's a fucking wedding or a birthday party or something, send a physical invitation because then you'll get a better gift.
Can I jump in for 20 seconds real quick? What are you two's opinions of Evites?
It sucks if it's like a big event, but if it's like a little event, send an Evite.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because Mildred wanted to do an Evite for the barbecue, and I mistakenly told her, I was like, I feel like that would turn off my friends. Like,
if we had the RSVP, it would Jerry and Jose are like, do we even go?
That's what I'm saying. So I'm not wrong.
They're difficult.
And I did tell her, I was like, I feel like Dylan and Joy might be different because they're in relationships and they're used to it.
Yeah, I'm just used to that shit.
So I thought correctly.
Yeah.
There we go. But yes.
But
anyways,
those are
you got an invite in the mail.
Those are our friends. Yes, and it said, come celebrate our little meatball. And I went, okay. We're going off, and it says Lorenzo. His name's Lorenzo too.
Hi, Lorenzo.
Lorenzo. So who is Lorenzo? He's Italian, I guess. So I was thinking about this, and I was like, I was looking at my dad, I was looking at me, and I'm like, really breaking it down. Like, I'm not that Italian.
Yeah.
And I know it's because my aunt, who is my cousin's mom, she is Italian. So I guess, yes, they are more Italian. He married a woman that's half Italian. I guess you are more Italian. But the party was themed that way. So we walk in. Can we guess upstate where this party would be? Where would you throw a first birthday party?
Upstate.
So like on the border, New Jersey, like where you have to go over New Jersey and then it turns into New York again. Where would it be?
I don't even know where that is. I was gonna guess Westchester, but I don't.
Yeah, it's next to Westchester.
It was like New Rock City or some shit. I don't know.
Near there. It was at a firehouse.
Amazing.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, very nice firehouse. I was like hating on it the whole time. I was thinking like the calendar with like the stripper fucking.
Yeah.
I was thinking that like they have a whole fucking ballroom there, like just in the back of the fucking thing.
Wow.
Yeah, like think like VFW, but like nice. You know what I mean? Like a hall.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the theme, obviously, the party, everything is like fucking red, white, and green all over. The baby is like he's not looking like a gangster, but he is looking Italian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like American Italian.
His hands are like this.
Yeah, he's stuck that way. They're like, yeah, he's sick right now. He's stuck that way.
We kind of glued his fingers.
Which like it was like the boy was turning 1. He's like, yeah, he's actually sick. We're gonna leave him over there.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what? They're like, yeah,
We paid too much for this party.
That's
But yeah, I don't know how else to describe it. This was everything about this party was like really hard to be Italian, and then the food was like not even that Italian. Shout outs to my cousin Lorenzo though. I'm really trying to think of like my niece's first birthday is coming up at the end of this month, so I'm thinking they really gotta.
Sounds like a shitty sequel to My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
My Cousin Lorenzo.
my cousin Lorenz.
my nephew Lorenzo. Yeah, that would be the most.
I'm a lawyer, yeah, but I'm one. I'm a baby lawyer.
I'm a baby
lawyer.
Your Honor.
I do law.
Objection, Your Honor. I need a nap. I don't know why he's turning Jewish. His baby's turning Jewish. I don't know what to say.
Like he starts losing. He's just like, what? Like he goes crazy. But yeah, shout outs to Lorenzo. Shout outs to the Diaz family. Not an Italian name.
Yeah.
Like this entire time. Like also White Claws, right? Pretty ass.
I don't like it.
I don't really fuck with seltzer in general, but
a party, like I don't know what it was, but like also the time of this party pissed me off. Like it was like it started at like noon.
Yeah.
On a Saturday.
That's
like,
a Sunday party. That's not a Saturday party.
That's a Sunday party, and it's like if you're gonna just be open about the fact that there's a party after this, I didn't want to be that guy, but I'm like. The firehouse is doing a fucking
Well, you know what it is?
bingo.
You've never been to a Hispanic child's first birthday. Those usually get started around 11 o'clock at night.
Those last all night. That's an all night affair.
Yeah.
That's a different thing.
They put the baby to sleep on like a 2-foot mound of clothing in a spare room, and then the adults just continue to party.
Yes.
It's
But
wild.
my argument to that though, before we end this, is that is not a party for the baby.
Yeah.
It's not.
You
Yeah.
also understand that it's a 1-year-old baby.
It
who's
is
not gonna really understand what's happening.
But it's even more of an excuse to
party and get gifts for your 1-year-old child.
For your child. Yeah.
I feel like
We could be blunt about it. Like I'm not fucking. Yeah, that's
I don't got
exactly
kids.
what it is. That's exactly what it is.
but then you gotta
So Dylan, when
you gotta have my White Claws,
So Dylan, when you're telling us that when like you decide to have a child, you're just
it's gonna be
themed off
I'm
your
gonna get
interests.
a gift from you guys, but it's gonna be a really good fucking party. That's my point. It's not gonna
No, but what I'm saying is that
I'm not gonna
are
be
you
racist
gonna?
here,
Are you
you
gonna?
We're gonna play like apple juice pong. Fucking
Yeah.
cute.
We got fucking. I'm gonna say cornhole, but actually we're gonna play fucking horseshoes.
That's
Horseshoes. I know how to play that game.
Horseshoes.
And
Man.
then eventually it'll be lawn darts, and then before you know it, will be 60 playing bocce ball and Flushing, and
Yeah.
It's like it gets a little crowded. I walk past a few like
it's an event. Dude.
Doesn't matter where you are. You can be in whatever neighborhood you think the neighborhood is. It's like, oh, this neighborhood is very blank. You know what I mean? Go to the bocce ball.
Yeah, that's where
everyone's chilling.
Is there. By Marianthis and fucking upstate, no matter what. Anytime I saw a bocce ball court, it's like if it's empty, you're in suburbia. If you're at like a bocce ball court and there's no one there, you're like, I got to get the fuck out of here.
Dude,
bro.
not to go on like a completely different tangent. I don't know why that reminded me, but I remember when I was the ultimate Frisbee coach at my school, I used to have to take the kids with me to like different parks in the city to compete against other schools.
Yeah.
And there was this one park we would go to somewhere in the city where a large congregation of, I assume, Chinese middle-aged people would gather to do like Tai Chi and stuff like that in the park. But I never forget it. Like the leader of it would just have like this megaphone And he would just be like, this thing is supposed to be super relaxing and peaceful, and he's just like screaming the Chinese alphabet, like, and everybody's like, like troops and shit. And my kids would ask me like, what's going on, and I'd just be like, I don't know.
They're invading.
I think you found a cult,
plotting.
Bobby. I don't think you found
Well, in my look,
I think this is like
they were doing Tai Chi-esque movements, but
it's like
nothing else screamed Tai Chi.
Yeah, it's like Shen Yun, but at the park.
That's a cult. That's a cult.
Yeah, so are they. Come on.
Speaking of cults, Joey saw what's probably going to be a cult classic. Just kidding, because that shit has like a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm actually curious to hear your take about this. So
yeah, I went to go see Weapons with my girlfriend yesterday. It was a movie that is highly anticipated. It was getting nothing but great reviews, and then the whole news article about Jordan Peele firing like an entire board of his team because they failed to get the rights or producing rights for it. Was it? Correct me if I was wrong.
They auctioned the screenplay when it was finished, and he urged them to get it. They didn't. It was picked up by Universal or something like that.
Someone.
And he fired his team because they didn't get the rights to it. Also, real quick, Dylan, you know who wrote and directed this film?
I feel like you told me this.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
Zach from Whitest Kids.
Yes.
Zach Kreger.
Bruh, so like, I watched the movie before this, Barbarians, also directed by him. And I thought that was a 5 out of 5 horror movie. I thought that was really good. So with a sequel coming up, I was like, this has to top that. As for the movie, it's told as like it's an interwoven story. So similar to Barbarian, if you've seen Barbarian, it's you follow one character till a halfway point, and then another character until that halfway point. Yeah. There's about 5 characters you do that with, I believe. Yeah, there's 5 characters you do that with, and it was really cool. It was really engaging. But I'll be honest, by the 5th character, I was like, all right, let's wrap it up to the present. Like, I'm tired of seeing all these interwoven stories. Let's just get to what's going on now. That's what I was wondering. The whole movie's themes of, like, children going missing, a town grieving and everything, there's pointing these themes to, like, what it appears to be like gun violence. And there's even some imagery of it. So I was like, is this what this movie is like hinting towards? And then when it's revealed like why the kids are missing, it feels like it redacted that statement. To which I've seen some pretty snobby critics, some of people I went to college with as well, saying that like if you're gonna hint those themes and analogies, like double down. Like,
are you gonna watch this movie?
Yes.
Fuck, I wanted you to spoil it for me.
So I enjoyed the movie. I was like, this is a lot of fun, and the climax is wild, not in the sense of horror, but in the sense of what the fuck is going on. My entire theater was cheering, and they were screaming and cheering. So
I'm sorry, I went to go Wikipedia Weapons to see the plot, and I Wikipedia'd Wikipedia.
Amazing.
So I was on the Wikipedia article for Wikipedia, which is really meta. Sorry, go ahead, continue.
Oh god, you got to throw the picture up when you say that. But the ending is wild, and I think that's what makes the movie get a few higher points in my opinion. I looked at Letterboxd, and other people were like, bro, that ending scene, my theater was cheering. And I was like, yeah, like you need to watch this with like a big group of people.
Yeah, I feel like it might also be intentional that like, I don't know how it ends, of course, because I don't want you to spoil it. But it's like how you make it sound. A lot of the movie is like build up, and like you said, you're following the interwoven stuff, and now it's like, all right, now we're getting some shit.
Yeah,
at the end.
So at the end,
cool.
It's very cathartic. I guess the word you're looking for. It's like
finally, yeah.
And I was cracking up. I was cracking up at the end of the movie. It just felt like later, like I mentioned earlier, it has a lot of these themes, and there were scenes that I was like, wait, why did that scene happen or matter? And it just kind of seems like it was like, oh, it was just there to be scary, or just there to be weird, to fill in that space. And I was like, oh. Now I'm upset. I'm like, why did you show me that? Like I'm here trying to think.
You could have cut out 3 people, you know what I mean?
No, you could have. Yeah, and there's scenes, and Nicole was defending the movie, and I was playing devil's advocate, and I said, okay, you made that case, but then why did so-and-so do the so-and-so? And she was like, I don't know. Yeah. I was like, yeah, and it made me realize that
a lot of the movie was put in for like
Yeah.
misdirection or like, hey, we're putting this in to scare you or make you feel some type
Yeah,
of
or
way,
make
and
you feel uneasy, and then it's revealed that it has paid no.
and I'm okay with a movie to do that. Like a movie doesn't, I can hint at shit.
And some
throw
people,
stuff in.
yeah, some people
And
were
then
like,
they
"Stop
can
being snobby,
dip,
just
yeah.
appreciate it for
I
what
just
it
read
was."
the entire plot.
Nice. I mean, I would give you shit. I would give you shit for this, but it's also a horror movie, so you're
Yeah,
valid.
probably not. To give
You're
you
not gonna
credit
see it.
though, fucking reading it, I still didn't like reading the plot and watching the movie. Obviously, in any case, it's going to be two very different things.
What
But
do you think?
I could tell you straight up, I didn't get anything just from reading that at all. So I want to say stuff, but it would spoil things. But yeah,
No,
that's-
yeah.
Okay.
Out of fairness to you and to the viewers, who probably
Does it
wanna watch
deserve a 5 out of 5 and 100% on Rotten
we
Tomatoes?
do 10 out of 10s here.
10 out of 10s?
Yeah.
I give that movie.
Well, what would you give it out of 5? And then I'll do the conversion.
Okay,
rate for
out of
you.
5, I was going to give it a 3.5, but because of the ending, I was like, nah, that you have to. The ending and the
Bump it
acting.
up.
Yeah, the acting was, everyone puts 100%, and it was awesome. Except for the kid actor, but I'm not gonna fucking grill a kid. I'm not gonna grill a kid. No, I just not to spoil the movie. I think this kid is going through some crazy shit. Not to be snobbing, crying like there's some shit he's going through, and that's gonna like scar him. And he's just kind of like, and I was like, nah, man. Like any kid in this situation would be bawling their eyes out. Yeah, I'm like, but.
I was like, I should have played that kid.
Yeah, man, I would have cried. I would have really sold that performance. But I was gonna give it a 3.5, but like I said, the acting is too good, and that ending scene is too amazing to watch on a big screen. So I give it a 4 out of 5.
Okay, cool. So
What would that be?
8 out of 10?
8 out of 10.
8.5. It's up to you.
I think 8 out of 10 is the right score. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10.
There you go.
And some people are saying that for horror fans, making the media think this is a 10 out of 10 horror movie when it's actually kind of more of a thriller. They said it might actually do bad or hinder the horror genre scene right now.
Interesting.
I think that's common though. A lot of thrillers.
Shout outs to.
I like Barbarian more. That's my last thing I'm going to say about it. His first movie.
Then shout outs to Zach.
Shout outs to Zach.
I was also gonna. You want to say something?
No, I was just gonna say that like it's weird that all these people that like not that we grew up with, but it's like I mean it's people that we grew up
these
with,
comedians
and like people that you definitely thought where you're like, okay, dude on Mad TV, guy who plays Abraham Lincoln and gets shot and fucked up the ass and plays 40 different characters on his show. Even a drug dealer from a show about 3 guys who live in California.
Yeah.
All of these people are becoming like big
acclaimed directors.
actual acclaimed directors. They're not like, oh, they tried. It's like, no, this is
No,
an
like,
artistic
we're doing
piece
this.
that they
Yeah.
made. Like that's still
and it's awesome. It's
It
fucking
blows my
awesome.
mind.
Yeah,
It's good
and-
to see like how like humble beginnings to like where
Yeah.
they are now.
And honestly, that leads me perfectly into what I want to talk about because I recently watched something that has been on my watch list for a very, very long time. But
Love Island.
Finally, I got through that, and get ready because Perfect Match season 3 is back, and I'm already watching it. I'm gonna give my whole full
Dang.
fucking season 1 review pretty soon, or rather season 3 review pretty soon. Ollie and AD look like a fit couple. They're gonna go all the way. But no, I watched the Mark Twain annual prize that they give every year, the Mark Twain American Humor Prize. They give it away to an acclaimed comedian every single year that deserves it for their what's the word? For their
Funny
contributions
Yes.
to humor in the American entertainment universe, basically.
Yes.
So a couple of big name winners in the past include such legendary people as Adam Sandler, Dave
Will
Chappelle,
Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. The list goes on and on and on. And this year, or rather last year, they awarded it to the legendary Conan O'Brien. And it was an absolute awesome special to watch. For reference, it's actually up for an Emmy for Best Outstanding like special program, right up there with like the Oscars and shit, which is kind of cool, and the special SNL 50th anniversary that just happened. Do you want to hear the lineup of people who spoke for Conan O'Brien?
Yes.
Because
Go
it's
ahead.
crazy.
I know it's gonna be.
I don't remember the exact order, but we had man, who started it? If I could remember. Oh, John Mulaney started.
Nice.
We had, this is where I'm going to lose the order, but whatever. John Mulaney, Nikki Glazer, Reggie Watts, Kumail Nanjiani, Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, David Letterman, who closed because he was like a successor in a lot of ways. Fucking Sarah Silverman. Stephen Colbert, and there were more. It was just like all these people showed up to speak. Incredible. Fred Armisen did like a whole sketch where he played like the fake president of Harvard and talked about how Conan used to go to Harvard and pretended like he didn't actually know who he was, because he was like, Harvard has we've had presidents and Nobel Prize. Who's Conan O'Brien? Like that was the whole joke. But it was just a really incredible thing. I mentioned it in the chat, but just to reiterate, and I mean it wholeheartedly, like if I could have a quarter of the career this guy has had, I would be more than content. Like,
I mean, also it's like, I feel like even back in the day, like when I was a child, I knew who Conan was. I didn't know what he did. I didn't know what he was from, but I knew who that tall, lanky guy was.
I knew who that orange-haired guy.
You knew where he was from, but you're like, you didn't know his show. He wasn't like, he didn't have the big late night show, so you didn't really know him from that. And you were just like, I don't know where he's from, but like,
also, the amount of people who got emotional talking to him because they genuinely considered him a hero was honestly like it was really touching to watch. Like Reggie Watts had to stop early because he was getting emotional. Kumail Nanjiani had a really funny bit where he'd pretended to do like a TED talk to talk about like Conan as a comedian, and at first it starts kind of like negatively, where he's like, let's begin with influence, and it comes up on the board, and he's like, Conan is famously known for being a writer on The Simpsons, and interestingly enough, he comes up in 97% of Google search results when looking up Simpsons show writers. But he only wrote 3 out of 780 episodes, which means he contributed like this, like little amounts. He's like breaking down everything. But then at the end, he talks about like how he came to this country, and he says that when he came from Pakistan to America to go to college, he was having a really bad day, feeling dejected. He ended up sitting in like the common room of his door, and he turned on the TV, and the first thing he ever saw on TV in America was Conan's famous masturbating bear. And he was like, I can't stress how amazing it was for my first thing to see on television is a giant hairy predator pleasuring himself. And he like looked at Conan, and he's like, all joking aside, like, it's your reasoning that I'm still here in this country and doing what I want to do. And I was like, hell yeah, like shout outs to fucking Conan. And then Conan ended it basically talking about how he was like, there was a time in his life early on in his career where he told himself he really wanted to write for David Letterman's late night program. And he sent a whole writing packet, like hoping that it was going to work out, and it didn't end up working out. He didn't get it. So he was like, if you would have told me that 30 years ago, I would be here accepting the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor from David Letterman, I would be like, you're fucking insane. Like, there's no way, shape, or form. But he ended up talking about like what Mark Twain stood for, because he roots for like the little guy, and he never punches down, he punches up. And that's what like humor should be about. It shouldn't be like mean-spirited or anything like that. It should progress thinking. And it ends up being a stupid fucking Conan O'Brien bit where he's like, and he's going on, he's like, Mark Twain is here, alive today, within these walls, within all of us. But he's also alive here today. And then Will Forte stands up dressed head to toe as Mark Twain. And he's like, hi, Conan. It's me, Mark Twain. And I'm mighty proud of you, Conan. And they have like a whole like back to back. And then it's about to end sentimental. But then Adam Sandler comes out with an electric guitar. And he's like, this man jams. We're going to have a jam session. Let's end it like this. And then the two of them just fucking solo off while Will Forte is singing like an 80s rock ballad. It was
Mark Twain.
It was the coolest fucking thing. Oh, and Tracy Morgan also spoke. It was the coolest fucking thing I had seen in a fucking long time. I don't think it'll win the Emmy just because everything else it was up against was stacked, but I really hope it does, and you should all watch it. Shout outs to Conan. He definitely deserves it. Last thing I will say is a lot of the comedians spoke about it while they did their speeches, and even Conan spoke about it, but it was a very interesting time because the Mark Twain Center and that whole, basically panel or whatever is technically federally funded, and before that show had been made, I think Trump put himself on the board. So there was this whole like reflection of doom of what was going to happen to this award, who it was going to go to in the future, this, that, and the third. So everybody was just kind of making statements like, oh, this is going to be the last one. This is going to be the last one that goes to a real comedian, this, that, and the third. But it was very interesting considering like how comedians reflect on the idea of a president like Trump coming into this administration and how that affects not just comedy but entertainment in general, right? And I think that's a really great lead off going into what Joey wanted to bring up.
I really like that quote you said. Mark Twain is a person that punches up. He doesn't punch down, because Matt and Trey have been throwing some hard punches up. they're just going. The second episode of South Park came out this week, and it pokes fun at ICE and Trump taking out a lot of counseling funds for schools and everything. So Mr. Garrison gets fired after 26 years of service to South Park Elementary School, and with no
Because of
other
the Trump cuts.
Because of the Trumps, yeah, because unnecessary funding and counseling was one of them.
Oh, well, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he goes and joins ICE.
Let's go! You're gonna give him the cake.
He goes and joins ICE because they're offering a lot of money for anyone, and he's like, anyone could just like, yeah, go ahead. And she gives him his paperwork. He's like, all right, go ahead, get your uniform. And he goes, that's it? Yeah. And then they watch a PSA with her name is Christina Noel.
Yeah. Was that the joke where like her face is falling off or something?
So they poke fun of the person in charge of our home defense.
Christy Noel.
And she's like, welcome, you're here to join the ICE agency. Thank you very much. And then she pulls out a gun and shoots a puppy in the face. And he's like, oh my God, and she goes, being an American, sometimes it means having to do the tough thing. And she talks about like, always wear your mask. And you see they're all putting on their mask, covering their face. She pulls out another gun and shoots another puppy in the face. And he's like, what? And like, she shoots about 8 dogs.
We're fucking laughing.
It's funny because it's like, I don't know, because it's like, I just love Matt and Trey so much because they have this thing where it's like they always get accused of like going too far or like being on a certain side, and they just go, no, we literally make fun of everything. Yeah. So to that point.
So it comes to the point of the episode where I'm like, why is this, like, they go into raids and everyone's like tackling all like the people who are there illegally, and she just looks for puppies and shoots them. So
it's also a deeper joke because going back,
I had to Google what the joke meant.
Going back to like the 70s and 80s, basically during every FBI raid, they just murk every fucking dog, no matter what it is. So like one famous one is Ruby Ridge, but like there's about 8 or 9 famous cases where it's like the FBI.
No, but that's not why the joke is.
What's with her specifically?
It's her specifically.
She shot a dog?
She wrote a book that she apparently purchased a small dog to train as a hunting dog. And she said that the dog was not learning. It was playing when it was time to be quiet, and it was untrainable. So I dug a hole and I shot it.
She wrote that.
It's published.
And probably like...
And Matt and Trey has taught me, and I'm sure millions of other Americans, that woman just shot a dog because she deemed it untrainable. And they did, bro.
That's fucking insane.
It's like I'm not trying to make it even sadder, but she's like, the dog is just having the time of its life. You're like, oh, this is
he's
awesome.
on the rough side. Oh my God, we just killed a bear. Like, let's go.
We're digging a hole now. What are we gonna do now? It's like fucking.
And she says she killed that and a goat, and she quotes what they said in the episode. Sometimes being an American means having to do the tough things. And I'm like, that's insane.
She's insane.
So now that this information is a lot more public than it was already, people have been interviewing her and they're saying, hey, Chris, like, why did you shoot that puppy? Did you shoot that puppy? And she's ignoring it. She's like, you're crazy. Like, you're crazy. They're like, why'd you shoot that puppy? And I'm like, bro, grill her.
Bitch, you wrote it.
You're like,
you wrote it in your book. Like, I understand if it's like one accusation, but it's like people can buy your book and open the page and go,
I guess it's one thing if, the dog was in pain, the dog was dying, and the dog
was dumb according to my standards.
That's exactly what it feels like. I'm like, you killed a dog. Like, there's no way of making me feel like, damn, that was tough. But you had to. You had to. But yeah, she took offense to it. She's now taking to social media because not only do they make fun of her for shooting the dog, but her face is always peeling off because of her Botox. Mm-hmm. And she says, I think Matt and Trey bullying me on appearance is such a misogynistic thing to do. It's sexist and it's downright degrading and like despicable.
It is, but it's also funny.
And someone said, you know, Trump made fun of Ted Cruz's wife, said he was ugly, like on the podium. So who like they're just doing what our leader does.
Yeah, it's like you can't say shit. And then of course, obviously, there's the whole like not controversial but viral tweet, or rather retweet, that JD Vance had of the they have you seen the whole spiel of like Donald Trump as like with the Canadian South Park body, and then next to him is the baby JD Vance with like the chubby JD Vance face meme or whatever. So like keep in mind, I don't remember what country this dude came from, but like a Finnish national tried to come into the United States with that picture on his phone, and they denied him access to the country for that. Matt and Trey do it, and JD Vance retweets it, and he's like, "Oh, I guess I made it." It's like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, you're such assholes, bro. But that being said,
yeah, I mean, I'm like, you know, as someone who like has spoken on this podcast and other places online about certain countries in the world.
Being very careful with his wording.
There's certain countries in the world which I was not favorable towards. Most of the world is not favorable towards. And I feel like now that I'm traveling abroad and then I have to enter back into the States, I you know, there is a chance that I mean, I'm not notable enough. Like, I don't have enough of a following, but it's like, if I get pulled in a room, bro,
you got to check what memes are on your phone, dude.
There's a very good chance I'm getting pulled in a room. Remember, my Instagram got banned for no reason, and I still don't know why.
People think you're Armin Maivis.
I think I got, it might be that's
funny.
I think I got reported because of like Israel shit, that like people manually reported me because I was fighting with people in like comment sections and shit.
Wow.
So I think
it could. I don't like to be that conspiracist.
And it was mostly like YouTube. So I'm like, that's not even connected, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
that's crazy, man.
I love you, ICE. TSA, you're the best.
Netanyahu's
for
on our
another
list,
4
bro.
weeks. And
you know, you're gonna confiscate my foot powder again, but you know what? Like, it's all worth it, bud. It's all worth it. I'd rather have that than go in the white room.
That's hilarious.
Like, these rooms are actually terrifying. Like, we could talk about that. Like, the way that they're denying entry to people, it's like they literally is like a checklist of questions.
And they're like, "Who are you? Why are you?"
It's always like,
why are
you know anybody from the nation of like from Syria or Palestine? And it's like, do you like the people from Syria or Palestine? And you're like, I don't know how I feel about that. And then, like, the questions get more and more, and it's like you can't leave until you answer all the questions. And I'm like,
I just like picture Jose rage baiting them, just like, I don't understand English. I don't know what you're saying. Get a translator.
And then switching the language, switching it up.
Like, and also how they get you is that they make you answer every question, but then they don't go to the next question. They then ask more shit about what you just said.
Yeah.
So now it's like,
you're unraveling.
What are you trying to do? And I remember it was Hassan and another content creator who got, like, basically they got, you know, taken in when they tried entering the country, and what made them leave is when they stopped answering questions and go, "When can I leave?" Then they let you go. And I'm like, at what point can you say "let me go" and they let you go? Like, because they can't.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they can deny you entry, but you have to like be like not a U.S. citizen, and then they can, or like you have to have a visa, and then they can come up with stuff for that. But it's like, if you're from the U.S., they have to let you go. They can't hold you.
Yep.
Back to the JD Vance picture. Someone said on an Instagram comment, it said, "Bro, I have seen so many memes of JD Vance, I legit don't know what he looks like anymore." Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn, like, I told Tatiana, I said, "Tatiana, what does JD Vance look like?" And she was like, "He has a chubby face." I'm like, that's the meme. That's the meme. She was like,
he's got the chubby face and the mullet, right?
he's really short. Like, he's stumpy.
And he's in a swamp.
He looks like, I don't know. He not like, he looks normal. Right?
You know what's funny?
Because
you don't know what he looks like either.
Greece. Now JD Vance looks normal.
Wait, what?
It's because you're flying to another country now.
No,
JD
yeah,
Vance looks
okay.
normal.
Yeah, hey, no, I'm just saying he looks rather slimming. I hope I'm gonna read his
Hillbilly Elegy.
yeah, I'm gonna read that and hopefully he
didn't
stays
kill
far
a dog.
away.
Is this?
He's like, I fucked the gorilla. I'm like, wait,
No, he fucked
wait.
the couch.
Oh yeah.
oh my god.
You know about that, right?
No. What?
JD Vance has a book. It was a best-selling book called
It got turned into a movie.
It turned into
also.
a movie, by the way, with like big name actors and actresses in it. Good reviews too. It's called The Hillbilly Elegy. It's basically like a memoir of how he grew up. And I haven't read it myself, but there is an excerpt about how when he was a preteen, he tried to fuck a couch. So incredible. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've done some equally stupid shit, but I don't know what if I would add that in my memoir.
Yeah, like why'd you gotta add that?
Why couldn't we just shoot a couch because he didn't know how to hunt a fucking boar or whatever, bro?
Yes. Anyway, last thing I wanted to mention. Jose came over earlier this week, and we went into this weird tangent where we started reliving some memories based around the Jackass crew.
Yes.
And that turned into us watching a couple episodes from the show and then the movies.
I feel like the show really gets me off guard because I've seen the movies so many times.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen a lot of episodes
When
of
I
the
watch
show.
the show, I'm like, this is like a skateboarding show. Like,
Well,
it
the truth is, well, yeah,
That's how
first
it
of
started,
all, the
obviously,
movies
too.
have a bigger budget, and then as the movies progressed, they became more and more popular, which meant they were able to do more and more crazier shit. But the show was like, well, one thing I'll give the Jackass crew credit for is no matter how big the budget is and no matter what they're doing, I feel like that spirit of camaraderie over doing the dumb shit is always there, and that energy is what makes the Jackass crew the Jackass crew. Like, you can't take another group of people and have them do the same thing. It wouldn't feel equally the same.
No, because you'd have a bunch of people being like, oh, I want to do it.
Yeah.
Or like,
And even when the Jackass guys are like that, the other guys are making them do it in like the most stupidest ways, you know? Like, come on, don't be a bitch, you know? Like, they're egging them on. It's just that weird energy, that camaraderie that they have as a group. But that to say is like the TV show was like that, but so much more creative because they had to find out how to do these like funny or like dumb stunts, but on such a lower budget. So like the show was a lot of like taser tests or like the famous cup test. I don't know if you've ever seen that before, with Johnny Knoxville gets just like his junk obliterated, is from the show. And one of the episodes that Jose showed me is a really famous episode where they where specifically Steve-O, Johnny Knoxville, and Chris Pontius partake in the Gumball Rally. Do you know what this is?
that is I will
You've seen
say
this?
This is I remember I talked about this with Jose also. This is one of the best pieces of TV ever made.
It's high art. I don't even get it.
Well, tell me now.
Well, it's basically like imagine if the Jackass guys had a Travel Channel show. That's essentially what this is.
So the Gumball Rally is this. I don't think they do it anymore, but it was an event held by this really, really rich dude who's into cars, where he'd basically get a bunch of equally rich people to do these group drives. So the one that they partook in was in Europe, and they drove from London to Russia and back in like the span of 5 days. It was like over 5,000, 6,000 miles, maybe even more.
Yeah, they had to get
like
on
that.
a boat. They had to get on like
Yeah, all these kinds of crazy
Okay.
shit. And what's funny is all the other people that are in this challenge are like driving Lamborghinis, Ferraris, you know, really expensive cars. And then you have the Jackass guys in a minivan and like a fucking shitty car they rented that has like 30,000 miles on it. But their whole experience on it is like the Jackass perspective of it. So like them doing stupid shit, them doing stunts. It's like ridiculous. And one that me and Jose, we quote it all the time, but it's like my absolute favorite is there's just it's like you could tell like they're just trying to fill time on these long ass drives. Like, what the fuck do we do? So they're in Poland and Steve-O's like, I don't have a problem with Polish people. I do have a problem with their potato chips. So rather than eat them, and then the camera pans down to just a pile of Polish potato chips on the car seat, and then Steve-O just starts headbutting the chips like violently, and they all crush, and then he even breaks. He's like, I can't do this shit anymore. Like, they're just like, what are we doing? It's like another one of my favorites.
It's so funny because he's like setting it up for like 3 minutes. He's like, you hate these chips, man. Like, he's like setting it up.
And he's like, he's dumb.
They invited him on the trip, and Steve-O like slept the whole time, so they start calling him Sleep-O. And there's a part where they're like getting ready to go onto the boat. They have to like drive the cars, but he's not waking up. So Pontius just takes a bottle of water and throws it in his face in the back seat. And Steve-O's pissed. He's like, fuck, man. And then Pontius is just like, what happened? But But he says it like so like he sells it. He's like, what happened? And Steve was like, fuck you is what happened. It's so fucking good, man. But shout outs to Jackass. I love those guys. Perpetually funny. Will always be funny. And selfishly give us a Jackass 5. All right. It's time for some music recommendations. You ready to recommend some music?
Yeah, man.
We said we were going to do the Jam Yam medleys. We'll save those for next week. So stay tuned.
Yeah, Jerry's
Stay
there.
tuned for those because Jerry not here. But would anybody like to go in the meantime?
I'd like to go. Unless, Dylan, you want to go?
You can go.
All right. My song is going to go to the new Anamanaguchi album, a song called Sapphire. I was listening. I was like, oh, that's all I've been listening to lately, just trying to get the vibe of the new Gucci album. Sapphire is the one that sticks out to me that's not Magnet. And I was like, I really dig that. Like, I'm about to see them when they come for October 11. I don't know if you want to come check that out too.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I'm going to fucking lose it to that song.
Fire.
I was gonna pick this guy Young song.
Yunk.
Yeah. But no, I'm gonna pick his anime cousin kiLLa Laharl with the song Clutch Kick.
Yo,
right.
that's
Very
a cool
good.
title.
Yeah, it's a very good song. It's weird. I don't know. It gives me like Asian vibes. I think he's like Asian, but good song.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. You're allowed. You're allowed to be half
You're
Asian.
allowed to
You're
be
allowed.
half Asian.
Yeah.
Usually, when I shout out a secondary song, it's another song that's on the jams. But real quick, I also want to shout out a Yam, specifically last week's Yam, Pressure by Jijits, because that song is fire.
Very talented producer.
But my actual jam of the week is going to go to the new Tyler, the Creator album. I'm going to pick the song Sugar on My Tongue to jam. That's all I have to say about it. Why are you looking at me like that? Have you heard it?
I don't know. I don't like the album.
Have you heard the Sugar on My Tongue?
Yes.
song? All right.
It's one of it's the vibey song of the album.
That's why I picked
it's
it. That's why I picked
it's the vibey song of the album for sure.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, we did it. Woo. That was a really fun episode of the show.
Joey's watching breastfeeding.
No, I'm not.
You sure about that? Yeah.
It was close.
I don't know what it was.
I'm going to swing Crispin back in here to end this. Let's go.
Oh, no. We're not fucking Crispin.
Thank you for watching the Joystick Show, episode 251. We'd like to thank our esteemed colleagues, specifically my co-hosts Dylan Diaz and Joseph Ortega. We'd also like to say thank you to the federal government for funding this program. Actually, no, the federal government does not fund the Joystick Show. I take that back.
They have cut our funding.
They've cut our funding.
With viewers like you.
And that's why we're in a basement. Shout outs to Crispin. He will be on leave. Maybe he'll come back. I don't know. And
You're fired.
And from all of us here at the Joystick Show, bleep blorp.
Could you put in big text bleep blorp and then that's it?
I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then put bleep blorp like everywhere in the credits.
Keep this and just have Joey talk about bleep blurb.
Bleep blorp.
Like, I think you put our names, right? You show the silhouette of our
You put
names.
bleep and you put blurb.
Blorp.